Hello YouTube and welcome to another poker video. 2 uploads, 2 days. Hit the subscribe. We are on the grind. We are making videos. This one, we are gonna win the Hyper Turbo, but that's not all. We are gonna make another surprise final table, and we're gonna have a spot that I've only ran into twice. And finally, we are going to call an all-in on the river with ace high. This is another episode of the Bankroll Challenge, day 44. This one, we actually do move up in stakes. Since last video, I think we made we got to 800 something. And since we hit the 800 something, we have moved up from only playing $5 and lower tournaments to now I'm playing the $7 buy-ins as well. Let's get to the poker tournaments. We started this session pretty late. We are only in 3 right now, the $1, Mystery Knockout, and Micro Nightly. Our first hand we raised pre with 9s. And it's going to be in the Mystery Knockout. I just am playing 2 right now. I c-bet the flop with an overpair. And the turn comes a 10, which does bring an overcard. But now we have a gutter. Kind of a weird spot. I decided to do the check and pot control. And he just rips it. I snap call because I'm not going to just give him a 10. And huge cooler. The dude had the bottom pair, or middle pair, or whatever pair, and, yeah. He hits trips. I should also mention, in the Hyper Turbo, we will go down to 2 bigs again. So another 2 big blind comeback, but this time we come back and win. We're going to all in the 9s. Getting pretty short in the Micro Nightly. Call by the King Jack. It's going to hold. Hyper Turbo's coming soon. It just hasn't started yet. It'll be starting in about 40 minutes in real time. And for the people that want to see me lose more, you're going to like this video. We're going to lose a lot of buy-ins in one of these tournaments. My memory is coming back to me. Because at first, this sesh felt like it was going to be really awful. And you'll start to see why. So yeah, the next hand, we get 2 limps, and we have ace-jack off, and we raise. The big blind defends, a limper calls. And yeah, I got on really late, so we're almost in the money in the Micro Nightly after that double up. So I've been ICM folding. Like, I'll probably fold them 5s. And back to the Mystery Knockout, we flop an ace. We're going to bet a tiny bit bigger. Because to the people that really watch these, normally on this board, I would bet the same amount as I bet pre. But I bet a little more because this Mystery Knockout people are ridiculous. And yeah, we almost got a double up in the $1 as well. I just couldn't really show any of the hands. Someone went all in at me with 1 blind, and then I got a couple through pre. I've just been building a stack like that. And yeah, the dude flatted ace queen. Never would have put him on that. Could have talked more about that spot, but pretty much what I was thinking in real time is like, he's got a 2 pair, he's got a 2 pair. I felt like he would have raised on the flop with most 2 pairs. Never would have put him on ace queen. And we went I think I was a small in, so not like anything crazy. But we win another pot in the $1 as well. We pick up the ace queen suited in our 3rd run of the Mystery Knockout. 3rd time's the charm, right? We're going to raise it up. We get a call. See if we get any more action. Another call. And is he gonna? He's probably gonna call too, right? No. Okay. Fuck. Another all-in spot, and it's a call to me, big time. Especially with the 2 calls in the middle. He's supposed to all in a little weaker. He does have the 10s, so we're gonna need some help. Oh man, we got some help. Double it up. Alright, this hand I raised under the gun with the jacks and the mystery knockout, and he raises us by 1 blind, and we get a call in the middle. All in. He calls. I feel like he's not raising by 1 blind very strong. So we should be good. Oh my gosh. And look at the jack 8 or jack 9 or whatever. I instantly leave, which is a huge mistake because I'm just used to this tournament. It doesn't give you the option to re-enter when you bust. And I forgot that I doubled up because in real time I missed that hand even happen. So like I thought I lost. But no, we still got chips. We'll be back. We end up hitting the money in the micro nightly, but things get desperate. Ace 5 under the gun with almost 3 bigs. We gotta go all in. We weren't able to get in that early, sadly, so we didn't have a lot of time to build a big stack, but we got the double up stack, hit the money, folded around a little bit, waiting for something until we ran out of chips. But here we are, all in. The King 9. We have a better hand. Oh, man. Big river for him. We get the 862, 55th place. Not bad. We get a raise with ace queen suited in the mystery knockout. We're going to go all in. Apply pressure. Maybe get called by worse. But someone in the field's going to call, and that doesn't look too appealing. Hopefully they're just punting. Get our double up stack back. Is other people going to call? Bunch of tanking later. The blinds fold. It gets to the original razor. Man, is this guy about to tank too? Holy cow. You had like a whole minute to think while the big blind was tanking. And the small blind. Alright, there we go. And we're just dead. Wait, no we're not. We got diamonds. Okay, now we are. Oh, I guess 3rd time's not the charm. Am I going to try this again? I don't know. We'll see. Just them small little pots I won and that small all-in pot was enough to get us to the money in the $1. But just like the micro nightly, it got desperate. So yeah, we're all in with 2.5 bigs. Is anyone calling? We get 1. I'm not feeling good about it, trust me. I might look like a nit a lot of times with the King Jack folding it pre, but you're about to see why. The reason is it's dominated a lot. But we hit the crazy river. Hit the jack on the river. 7%. And yeah, we're going to try the mystery knockout again. And we are in the hyper turbo now as well. We won 1K chips in it with a set, but it wasn't that good of footage. And it was just 1K. Like, it's not that many chips. Really nice spot develops in the $1. A limp, and we got jacks. Let's go all in. Less than 10 big blinds, you want to move all in and apply as much pressure as you can, turning your stack into a weapon, which is what I did with a strong hand, and it works. Well, it works as in I stacked him. It didn't really work as a weapon. All in with the ace queen. Blinds get big in the mystery knockout. Is 4th time a charm? Let's find out. As soon as the big blind makes his decision. Yep, it's not. Wait. Wait. Time to re-enter. Ace Jack off. He calls. Pocket sixes. Oh, come on. Don't do me. Bing! 30K in the $1. Let's get it. At least we're doing good in this tournament, I guess, despite it being a lot cheaper. Fifth bullet in the mystery knockout. We pick up the ace 9 on the small blind versus big blind. We got him dominated. Yeah, dude, this is just ridiculous. Okay, we do hold, but yeah, this tournament's been ridiculous. Pocket sevens in the $1. He's going to limp, and we're going to squeeze him 3x, which is a lot of his chips, so he should not like that. We're going to get a call from the button, and I gotta check the ICM now. We're only 11th in chips, so not quite final table-ish stack. And we're getting an amazing price, so I'm going to gamble with the sevens. Try to knock... And the big stack calls, but it's all good. We flop a set and dodge the fourth spade. Okay. Second in chips. We're going to go ahead and raise it up with the tens, and we're going to get a call by another short stack. See, this is not good. He needs to reshove if he wants to play this hand. We're going to flop the overpair, and I'll just do it for him. I think I'm going to reshove now. Make him think. Make him feel pressure. Give him a chance to fuck up, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to fuck up. King 3. After doubling in the mystery knockout, ICM started kind of kicking our ass. We're like 20 away from the money. But we actually cover that guy. So I went for it, but yeah, we're just going to get called off by 8s. We were behind him too. But I only had 3 big blinds, so once you're down to 3 bigs, you really do want to go all in with any ace. Obviously with ICM, I could have folded in that spot and tried to time bank to the money. But 1, the mystery knockout min cash is just your buy-in back. And 2, I'm trying to win. I don't care as much about min cashing, especially that I'm really rolled for these. And yeah, there's a big hand in the Hyper Turbo. 24K in that too. We end up raising a lot of hands in the $1 because ICM pressure on them. We're at like 14 or 15 left. Pick up the ace 8, and I decide to continue raising a lot of hands, applying ICM pressure. But this time we actually do flop top, and I really did debate this spot. I decided just to call, just to pot control, because he is deep. We get one of the best cards possible. So we are definitely feeling good about our hand. For that reason, we are going to put in a bet protecting our hand from potential over cards or straightening cards or even backdoor flush cards. A lot of bad cards. Even like another 7 could be kind of bad. We get it. Yep, and the secret final table is the $1. Not the most exciting final table, but we did come back from 2 bigs in this one as well. 2 big blind comebacks. I didn't know about the $1 2 big blind comeback. We're going to raise with ace queen, and this guy's going to min raise, and the original limper is going to all in. I think this is personally an amazing spot to go all in because they're not supposed to min raise like that with that strong of hands, but this is the second time in this session that's happened. We don't get the lucky river card, but we do get it down to 8 people, and we had enough chips where that should keep us around. Like, we should be able to make a couple more jumps. But over to the Hyper Turbo, and yeah, it's a Hyper Turbo. Blinds get big quick. So we are all in. No one calls. Back to our stack that we had. Raise the pocket threes, and there is 8 people in the $1, but 2 are sitting out, so technically right now there's only 6, so threes is a raise. I don't raise threes in early position. We're going to raise the ace-king, though, over a limper in the hyper turbo. 2 calls, and we flop a nut flush draw. And someone's going to lead out for pretty much at a committing size. So we're just going to go for it. I'm not folding. He's got a worse flush draw with a gutter. Or no, that was open-ended. So no, I get that, actually. Doesn't work out for him, though. And we're going to take his chips. In the last one, I don't mind his hand. I just don't like his bet size. I think an all-in or smaller bet would be better. But we're going to get a really small all-in with the ace-jack and the hyper turbo. And I did miss it. I might have re-raised. I might have called. I don't know. We're going to all-in as a raise and a call as well in the $1 with 10s. And it looks like I just called. Then it looks like someone raised the minimum and someone went all in. And honestly, I'm too tired at this moment to know what I was thinking. But I was thinking to go all in. So I did. I must have been really priced in or something. Somewhere in there. I do go all in. Some of them win some of the pots. And I win some of the pots. Crazy hand. Part of my thinking in these hyper turbos, I want to just run as many hands as possible when I'm stacked like this. So it's a big bet, but it's late enough position that I'm still just gonna make him go all in. Try to keep getting lucky. A lot to sweat. And we're good. 65K. I'm pretty sure I lost a little chips in the hand before that, but we definitely are up now. We go ahead and put in a raise with pocket 5s and get a call from the big blind in the $1. Also, this sesh is the very next day from the last video. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. It's, we ran hot 4 final tables in 2 days. And, we'll win. Win a good little pot there. Definitely needed that. We got more chips than 2 people. Ace-king, we're going to raise in the hyper turbo. We get a call from the big blind. Big stack. And we hit the king, so let's try to get a bunch of this big stack. We're going to bet a little more than we did on the flop. Just because I'm trying to keep him around. I would usually bet bigger. Also, plus we had someone already all in. Back to the $1, we get a limp, and we're going to raise him big enough where he should just go all in. But he doesn't. So we'll just put him all in on the flop. And yeah, he limped in ace-queen, I guess, for some reason. Lose a pot, but we're still in. So let's take a trip to the bottom screen, where we are playing a new tournament, the Turbo Monster Stack $7 that runs in the middle of the night here. This tournament, fun fact, this tournament has produced like 5 to 10% of like all my profit, probably. I've won it at least 3 or 4 times. And you can go back to my old videos. This tournament pops up like 4 times. We've gotten like top 2 like 7 times. But we're going to actually put in a 3-bet with the ace-queen and face a 4-bet from the under the gun raiser. Which this is a really big spot. And ace-queen's a really good hand. But in this spot particularly, I feel like you can wait longer. Wait for a hand like, I don't know, maybe like queens, ace-king. make a tight fold. Just people don't 4-bet a lot, so I play those tight. But this time we do have ace king, so it's a little different. This hand, I'll all in at his 4-bet. I don't care. Basically with ace king, to go a little more in detail, the reason it blocks aces and kings is because with 4 kings in the deck, there is going to be so many combos, but when you have a king, it lowers the combos. So mathematically, like if there was a percent chance of every hand, all the aces and all the king combination, there's less of the aces, less of the kings, so the percent is lower. We're also going to have ace queen. We're going to raise it. It doesn't mean that they can't have aces or kings. It just means it's lower. But yeah, we'll raise it over the limp. And not the best flop. We'll just check it. That's a different, this one's a different story. We're going to bet it. And we do we do turn the nuts. And I do this sometimes. Especially like out of position. This will work. You can check and make it look like you're scared of the flush. It works. Not this time. It doesn't work. So we're just going to go all in. And it still can be good because it's less likely that I have a flush. Because most people on this website, when they hit the flush, bro, they're potting. Like, they like to go all in with those. And yeah, there it is. Ace high call on the river. Ace high call. Go back. Dude went all in on the river for 12 big blinds. And we called him off with ace high correctly. I felt like a badass after that hand, I promise you that. Not even a 2-paired board, 1 pair. It was really hard to call, but on the river, I just decided to call because I just couldn't put him on a hand, to be honest with you. I didn't think he had a 10. Basically, the only hand that made sense to me was if he rivered the full house. I think the river was a 4, so pocket 4s. He was representing a really light, like really tight range, and I didn't think he had that range, so I called. And it's actually 14 bigs. It wouldn't be an It's Me Snake Poker video without a hero fold with the 10s. And the reason I folded is that guy was not playing like any hands. Like 0. I'm not calling off the nit, bro. There's plenty of loose players to get to call off. Back to the Hyper Turbo. We were nearing the money, so I was a little tighter and just generally card dead because I do cover a lot of people, so I'm not like that concerned. But we do pick up the jacks. We're at 16 left at this point. All in over the raise under the gun that has 7-9. And it's, of course, always a sweat. I can't just, like, win in those kind of spots. Always got to give them a chance. We're going to go ahead and raise, get a call, and this guy just open ships. And this time I do call because it's only a 3-bet, not a 4-bet, and it was an all-in that was absolutely massive, so I knew there was a good chance it was a punt. It was a punt, but dude hit the straight. Yuck. We will use our re-entry on the Turbo Monster stack, as the blinds luckily aren't super big yet. But something else super big. This guy just open shoves at the final table. At the final table. Dude does not care. So yeah, I call with queens pretty easily. Excited to see what he's got. Because yeah, that's just not a good play. You should not all in for 22 bigs. He does have jacks, so I mean, I guess at least he had a good hand. But that's the reason it's not a good play, because all the hands you want to call aren't going to call anymore. It's just too big. Especially at the final table, like, people start trying a lot harder when you get, the further you get. Usually. I don't really see why someone would call that. And we final table the Hyper Turbo, and here's the spot. This spot has only happened one other time. It was a run where I made the final table in the super progressive knockout, and I made it there with like nothing. And I ended up in a spot like this where I was the big blind and I was supposed to go with any two, but two big stacks were all in, just like this. And I ended up folding, trying to make another pay jump that time. But this time, I did end up checking the ICM, and yeah, the next pay jump is only $7. And I had to really debate with myself, like, how much do I care about $7? And it's, to be honest, is not a lot. So I decided that this time, instead of folding it and making an extra pay jump and throwing the tournament completely away, I decided this time I would just go for it. And yeah, crazy spots. I somehow had outs and binked it. This spot's really scary too. I do call quick, but he's all in under the gun with like 3 bigs, so it's this hand or next hand. So I know he's got a weak range, but it is very scary because of the stacks behind me. But we need to pick up some chips if we're gonna win this tournament. So I go for it. I'm trying to win this shit. We quickly get to 3-handed, and you don't have as long to wait around. So I decided to go with this ace-5 against his raise. And yeah, we smacked the 5. More chips. He ends up knocking out the other player, so here we are at the heads up. We're all in with the 6s. I missed some of it because, yeah, queens are in a spot. In the Turbo Monster stack. And I do decide to call. 10-9 suited. We're going to raise him up. We're going to see what happens with these queens real quick. But a lot's going on because, yeah, we're short-handed at a lot of games. And he was bluffing. The blinds start getting bigger in the $1, so we finally end up starting to have to make plays. Starting with the ace-3. We're going to all in on the button, hoping to get this through. Anyone gonna give action? Someone calls with king, queen. But we river a 2 pair. So, sorry. In the heads up, I all in a whole bunch. He limps a whole bunch. I slowly take the chip lead until this hand happens, and we just got him destroyed. Let's go. That was the nicest, easiest final hand I've ever had. But yeah, we win it for $115. But it's not over yet. We're 3-handed in the $1 too. Yeah, I'm checking my bankroll. As of right now, we're over $900, but it's not over yet. We still have the Turbo Monster stack going. Back to the ace-high hero call. Like, this ace high call is nothing compared to the one that I did earlier. It's nice though, because I got a lot of chips. Blinds will get big in the micro monster, or the regular turbo monster stack. And we all in with the 10s. We get called by the small blind. The limper calls as well. The limper hits the ace and coolers us both. And yeah, you can only re-enter once, so all that's left is this. Which we are all in with the ace deuce suited. No one calls. King queen on the big blind. He's going to try to limp, and we're just going to all in at it pretty easily. He some reason limped 9s and just flops a full house. So we get another 20 bucks, which will put our bankroll now at $927.63. Getting close to a K. I hope you all enjoyed this poker video. Like and subscribe for more poker videos. Check out the previous episodes if you missed them. Check out the old videos if you're new, back when I had thousands of dollars on here. Until next time.